Jose Ramirez around third. Here he comes. Book it. The Guardians will play in October.
And they take to the field and hug each other and smack each other on the asses. Everybody excited out there. The Guardians clinch. What's that putting him to sleep thing? Who does that? There's a dude, everybody going to go night-night. I thought that was a Golden State Warriors thing, but they see him doing it on other teams. And
Josh Naylor did like the rock the baby thing a few years
is that
ago.
what it is? Rock
Yeah.
the baby?
Yeah, like
all
put him
right.
to bed. Yeah.
Hearing Tom Hamilton say that never gets old.
Yeah, dude, he's the best.
It's going to be in October to remember.
October, remember the Cleveland Guardians baseball. They head off to St. Louis. 3-2 was the final there. Came from behind. They were tied to the very end. And then 3-2, Guardians over the Twins. And
Back-to-back extra innings.
Back-to-back extras. That's right. Guardians take
We love it.
3 of 4 against the Minnesota Twins, who are no slouches, boy. That Kirby Puckett, Bridget, he is unbelievable. That Burt Blyleven. Hey, Bridget Linton from your Cleveland Browns. I'll get that right. Bridget _Linton 8, who was, I might add, suspiciously and egregiously absent from Captain Fun's floating fandango. Here, I thought that you were going to be extended an invitation.
And then we had a good time afterwards.
At the very least, we're showbiz friends. And she goes, "Oh, I'd love to go."
Okay. Listen,
And it was so well attended, it wasn't until later on that night when a handful
realized,
of us were
oh,
in the
oops.
flats having some fun, and I said, "God damn it, Bridget wasn't on the boat."
You didn't notice until then? See, you didn't want me there that bad. If you didn't think about it.
It was a bigger boat, a ton of people. I was slightly overwhelmed. It was a lot of fun, but I won't lie to you. It was later on. I was like, I thought Bridget was going to be on the boat.
So this is where I make a mistake. If I don't put something
Oh, I didn't say I was asking for an explanation. Your absence says it all.
No, because I saw you guys posting about it, and I felt the same way. Because if I don't put it in my phone and put it on my calendar, I will forget. And so I have a pretty busy schedule, especially when Brown season starts up. My weekends are just gone. So most people are working through the week. My weekends I work.
Good for you.
Good for me. Good for me. So I'm looking at my schedule. My best friend lives in Indiana. Her husband coaches for the Hoosiers, the basketball team. And I always go visit in the summer. I'm like, Jess, I have like one free weekend left of the summer. And
that's my wife's alma mater, Indiana University.
Really?
Yeah.
Beautiful campus.
Yep.
Got the whole tour.
Bloomington.
Oh, that's probably the photos you're talking about on my Instagram with the kids. They were her 2 little kids.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, we would love to have you. I'm like, great, I'm coming. And then I'm there in Indiana, good old Bloomington, scrolling through Instagram. And I'm like, oh, no. I'm missing the big boat ride.
Now,
And
you
then
could, under those circumstances, you couldn't have gone anyway.
No, but in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, they've obviously forgot about me. No one followed up about it. No one asked if I'm asking me if I'm coming on the show like a month before. And I'm like, man, no one followed up with me about it. I don't know if I actually had a ticket. I'm like, so you know what? I wasn't wanted. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
That's how you rationalized it to yourself.
Yeah, and then
you did have tickets at the will call. You had 10 pair of tickets.
No, I did not.
And they all went to waste.
I was about to send the text that said, hey, I can't wait to see you today. And then I saw that you were already in Indiana on your story, so I didn't even send it.
Yep, that was what it was. Hey,
Well,
you could have come to the pool party that I had afterwards.
Are you ready to have fun?
A lot of boobs were dumped out.
So many boobs.
Missed out.
So many boobs.
You know?
Oh my gosh. Well, the only person that did follow up about it, it was after the fact too, but let me know I was missed. Not you two.
Who?
Matitude.
Oh, Matitude. Yeah, of course, because he's a little scammer. That's why.
No, he did.
Matitude.
He was like, I thought you were going to be on the boat. We missed you. And I was like, I didn't put it in my calendar. Also, didn't hear from Alan or Bill, so I wasn't sure if the invite was still legit. I'm sad I missed out. And I could have met Mary finally.
It was. Well, that was the big hook. I guess that's on me. I didn't follow up. I guess I thought that it was
like a done deal. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Or if you could come, you'd hit me up and go, hey, is this still?
Can I still come?
But you know what? That's my fault. You know what happens when you assume?
Well,
listen, you couldn't
finish it.
You couldn't have gotten
Alan,
it.
miscommunication.
Please,
Cox.
Steve. Where did Steve come
I don't
from?
know.
By the
He
way,
said, he goes, I think Bridget called you that. I'm like, I don't think I did.
Well, at first he was kind of put it like I didn't call it. I was talking about to Scott about Bobby. I don't think I said anything about Steve.
And I was trying to think, maybe at some point, did I say C? And he thought I said Steve.
I mean, my name's all over the things here.
yeah.
I let it go because at first I thought maybe
It was
he
a joke.
Yes, I thought he was
Yes.
goofing. Jason Cheney was in here. I thought he was goofing around. I was
too.
like, oh.
And then the second time, I'm like, he thinks that's his name.
So-
100% thinks Alan is Steve.
Yeah. Anyway, if you were on the boat, and hundreds of you were, you also noticed that Bridget was not there. But
Nope,
again,
just
under
one
those
person.
under those circumstances, you would not have been able to make it. If you're going to Bloomington to hang out with family or friends,
best friend, yeah.
yeah, friends, yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do that.
Right.
We
Were
were
you
in
in their
Bloomington
wedding?
over the summer for my wife. We had a lot of weddings this year. My wife's cousin was getting married, and they rented.
Let's have a
this-
wedding off. Who had more weddings this year?
Oh, Bridget
Oh.
did. You had 7 by the time the
I
summer
saw-
hit.
Guys, I'm officiating one in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Rev Bridge. You know, I can't tell you,
You
the
think
last
they'll
time.
make it?
What? Do you think?
They'll stay together?
Hopefully. It's my cousin. Let's hope. I couldn't tell you the last time I went to a wedding as a guest.
Right.
Every time I'm in it, and then this time I'm like, oh, great, I'm going to my cousin's wedding. Get to enjoy.
Everybody
and
wants
I get
you
a
to
card that
perform.
says, will you marry us? I'm like, sure will. Rev
Uh-huh.
Bridge,
Yep.
coming out of retirement.
Into a throuple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we have our last one of the year is end of October in Jersey. And
Yours
that'll-
are all over the place.
That'll be the last one for the year, but I think it's been 5 or 6 total.
Did your wife
but
love going to Bloomington?
but I'm-
living there.
Yeah, she really did, but I think a lot of it had changed. Like there's some places that never change. There's this Greek restaurant downtown that we go to every time, but we hadn't been to Bloomington in quite some time. So
It's a cute little town. I mean,
It's
it's definitely a
great.
college town.
it's like Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's great. It's like, yeah, it's absolutely a college town.
That was the interesting part with my friend's husband being the coach for the basketball team, which, by the way, the basketball team there, they're like celebrities, superstars.
It's a basketball school.
Yes.
I always feel bad for guys that play football for
no one
Indiana
cares about 'em.
University. Nobody cares.
But these like young athletes are walking around and people are like wanting photos with them. And even bigger now with the whole NIL thing. But anyway, so we go to dinner and then I want to like go out and go to the bars. And Brian's like, yeah, I just feel like I'm going to be around my players and I don't really want to. I'm like, well, is there any other bars we can go to that are non-student? Like, yeah, no, not really. This is Bloomington.
Right. College town.
Yeah.
It's all kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
enjoyed it.
it's a cool town. But anyway, not to belabor the point, but
Well,
Bridget is not on the boat.
Did you go to school with? How do you know this guy?
Brian?
Yeah.
Well, so it's my
Your
best friend,
cous-
Jessa.
Your
Okay.
friend's
My best friend,
husband?
Jessa. We've grown up together.
Okay.
And then, but what's interesting is
Are they the same
Brian,
age? Is he 26 too?
Yeah,
And
we're
he's already
all
the coach?
babies.
Yeah.
We're all
Wow.
babies.
And he's already the coach?
Brian was actually, he played basketball at the University of Akron when I was on the dance team at the University of Akron. So I met Brian first, and then he and some of the other basketball players end up living right across the hall from Jessa and our other friend.
Yeah.
And so I kind of merged the two worlds. Like,
You-
oh, we all party together.
You matchmakered them.
Yep.
Wow.
Matchmakered them.
Is he the coach or a coach?
Assistant coach. He's
Yeah,
pretty high
okay.
up.
All right.
Who's yours?
Yeah, I think my wife graduated like at the tail end of the Bobby Knight era.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the legend. They've got photos of him everywhere.
Throwing chairs.
Yep.
Damn you, Mr. Cox, you big dumb son of a bitch. You Trump-hating, camel-toe, Kamala-loving, pathetic piece of crap. Eat my crap. Burn in hell, you dumb homosexual.
Eat my crap.
Was that just sent today, or is that like
where did eat my crap come from all of a sudden?
I love
Eat
how
my-
you're so unfazed.
on
it
Talk
is.
Like a Pirate Day, no less. So, I mean, is nothing sacred?
Sir, here's a young lady named Bridget there looking for some pirate talk. Well, here you go. I'd be willing to give you 10 pieces of 8 for a peek at the treasure in your booty. Good luck trying to find out what 10 pieces of 8 means.
Is that Martin calling from his truck? 10 pieces of 8.
Listen,
Does
I'm
it have to
very
do,
into
is
that.
it
I've
on
been
Urban
waiting.
Dictionary?
I've been waiting for a pirate talk all day, so
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, you got it.
I did.
Pieces of 8. Pieces of 8 was the Spanish dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe he's driving around with a big bag of doubloons or something, and we don't know about it. Okay. Make sure Bridget knows that clip you play was not Tom Hamilton. I know that. But what she's saying is when you hear Tom Hamilton do those Guardians games, everybody around here loves it. They love it.
It's like the Jim Donovan of the Browns.
Yeah. Yup.
Cleveland, the butthole of the world.
According to Frank Jackson. I heard that I know Sarah Spain did it in her update, but that Portland is getting their WNBA team back. They had one, I think, like in the initial run of WNBA teams, they had a team called the Portland Fire. And I worked for the Chicago Sky for a number of seasons, and those, I'm sure it's probably broadened now, but when you're talking about 15 years ago, the audience at WNBA games were either teenage female basketball player hopefuls or lesbians. That's the only people who showed up to those games. And so I would imagine that the makeup of the fan base there in Portland now would be much different and much broader than it was back when they had their old team. The Portland Fire, you're talking 25 years ago, and they only lasted for 2 seasons. And Portland's always in the conversation when it comes to when they want to expand these kinds of teams. And it was not that long ago where they said, we're not going to bring a WNBA team to Portland. And now, all of a sudden, they go, yes. So some chicanery must have been done to get a team there, and they'll begin the season after next. That'll be the 15th team in the WNBA.
That's exciting for
They're
Portland.
in Portland, Oregon. And Bill's been to Portland.
Not.
Bill hasn't been to Portland.
I haven't been to Portland.
He's been to Spokane, Washington.
Yeah.
They don't have a WNBA team.
No, they don't.
But it would be exciting for them to get one.
Are they going to
Why
still
did
be
you
called?
think I'd been to Portland?
Pulling it out of my hat.
Bill's like,
I've
"Say
never
what?"
been.
Yeah,
never
that'd
been.
be funny. The PDX. Listen, it's an exciting place to be, and I want you to pay attention to this woman who keeps getting in the same kind of trouble down there in Florida. And I don't know if we've talked about her before.
This is why Florida's awesome!
Because this woman has gotten scooped up for the exact same infraction for the second time in 2 years. This 35-year-old woman has been arrested for a dildo-related battery incident. Now, not the kind of battery that would go into your sex toys.
Is beating somebody with a dildo?
Beating someone with a glass dildo.
Ooh.
I'm always
That's
fascinated
going to leave a mark.
when a gal makes her choice, when in the sex toy department, right? She makes her choice, a very personal choice. I'm always fascinated by how you decide glass or latex, because the glass dildo people, that's a very specific kind of thing. This girl.
I don't think I've ever seen known any girl that's actually used one.
Oh, yeah.
Neither.
It's you're a different breed of cat. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you've never seen a girl use a glass one either, Bridget?
No, I haven't.
Good to know. All right, well, if that ever
I guess
happens.
we know what her preferences are.
If that ever happens, send us the video. This girl and her boyfriend were in the kitchen about to eat when the man discovered that his missing glass dildo was in her backpack. It was his. This was his. Plot twist.
Yeah, I'm
This is 11 o'clock at night.
hanging on the edge of my seat.
And
over
it's
there.
also a really late time to eat dinner.
That's what listen.
These
They're
people are all over
doing
the map.
everything. Yeah. They are.
All right, I guess if you're a guy that has a glass dildo and you're a girl that's stealing your guy's glass dildo, dinner can be at 11.
All bets are off.
Yeah.
There's no rules.
Definitely a different breed. They probably like the angry pirate situation too.
Yes, the
Yeah.
angry pirate.
Yep.
Fire a shot in the eye, kick him in the shin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely see them getting down with that.
So he gets upset. They come to blows.
Not the good kind.
And she began hitting him and then threw his glass dildo at him. But she missed.
Did it break?
And she hit their child.
Oh.
The kid's awake.
Yeah, of course. If you're eating at 11 o'clock at night and you're fighting over a glass dildo, your kid is awake.
I did not have, like, a lot of this. I was like, okay, craziness. I don't know why I didn't think there was going to be a kid
involved.
Yeah. I should have thought.
She grabbed her backpack and ran. He called the cops, explained the whole thing. And the cops realized that they had arrested her last year for a similar altercation over a dildo. So there's like a pattern forming here with this woman.
If it sounds like she needs to don't. Like she needs to stop this.
Now here's what I want to know. Was it the same dildo?
And the same guy.
Because same guy, same dildo. Because obviously this one's broken now, right?
Right.
And this is not thin glass. It's not like you're putting a light bulb in there. This is thick, solid glass. So the cops were like, imagine the cops show up and they go, wait a second. Aren't you dildo lady from last year? That's not how you want to be known. But again, you're eating dinner at 11. Your kid's running around. This kid just got a shiner from the helmet of this thing, right?
From his dad's dildo.
Dad's dildo.
Not to be confused. It's not the wife's.
Yeah.
Right.
Or are they married?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just the boyfriend.
What happened? Mom threw father's glass dildo and it hit me.
Oh, poor kid.
It doesn't say how old the child is, but
traumatized.
Yeah. There's probably going to be some therapy at some point.
Yeah, that's a lot to unpack.
Therapy can do a lot of good for people. Last year, she kicked and bit the victim. It sounds like it's the same guy, but I don't know.
Well, what's he doing? Why is he staying with this crazy lady?
Listen, when you
Love
meet
is love, you know.
when you meet the one, you got it. Who else is going to let this guy keep a dildo, eat dinner at 11, right? Let the kid run around. Exactly. What pairs well with glass dildo is what
At 11 o'clock at night.
Probably reheated pizza, maybe some mac and cheese with.
I'm guessing they're not like eating dinner at 11 and then going to bed at 12.
No.
I think
Going to
they're
bed at 4:30 in the morning.
They're not. They're up all night.
Because the best meth is smoked after midnight, so
Yeah.
that's probably what it was.
This is why Florida's awesome.
Anyway, she
If
is
there's
ordered.
meth involved, I imagine the food was something soft.
Yeah,
Teeth are not going to
probably.
be the best.
Yeah.
Hey, man, meth ain't that bad.
There you go. Thank you, sir. She was found guilty of battery and asked to pay $800 in fines and required to complete a batterer's intervention program.
Did she have to buy him a new
Oh, my
dildo?
It didn't say anything about that. I wonder if that was probably folded in with all of the other.
I don't think glass ones are very cheap. I think they're pretty expensive.
They are, boy. I mean, I've heard. Okay, I got to break.
Well.
Well.
What did we just learn about Alan? I feel like you're learning too much today.
I know. I'm just sitting over here smiling like, oh, wow.
Oh, I'm going to pretend I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm going to pretend that I don't have a glass dildo.
Well, now you've said too much. All right, hey, you like your Swedish prog metal? Opeth is coming back to Cleveland, and I got a pair of tickets for you after the break. Getting ready to drop a brand new album on October the 11th, and the very next night, they will be here to perform for you over at the world-famous Agora.